Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixel Barners here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney 2. Ace Attorney 2. When we left off, it's been a long day for me. When we left off, though, we went and visited the morgue and saw, what was her name
Maria
again? Maria Gorey.
We finally saw her face reveal.
And then
Learned
all the stuff
Sherlock
going on, Sherlock and potentially Iris, and then Watson being at the autopsy for Wilson being at the autopsy for Van Zieks' brother,
and
along with
Suzuto's
Mikatova,
dad.
and Courtney Sith. But now we have the metal trunk that obviously belongs to Gregson, so we're going to see what this is all about, and can't wait for something else or Shadow to come out of it.
It weren't like that. It just weren't.
What are you talking about?
I know what's going to that head of yours, but that ain't what happened.
All right then. What did happen?
Well, like I said before, we were trying to trace the boss's movements. So I let Toby have a whiff of the boss's overcoat. And as soon as I'd done that, he went off like a shot. Straight to that sandwich.
To a sandwich? Not to a bag of chips?
Mr. Naruhodo, I believe Gina means the witness.
Mr. Sandwich. Interesting. Oh, I forgot about that sandwich.
Yeah, he had it in between them wooden boards of his, the boss's trunk.
What are you doing,
Why?
buddy? You mean when they heard the sound like a gunshot and all piled in here?
Exactly! He nabbed it from the scene. Goodness. Me and the chief inspector gave that sandwich a good grilling, and you know what he said?
Oh boy, lay it on me.
I thought it might fetch a good price, so the chap wouldn't be digging anymore, so... but that's all I did. Nothing more. Would you, Adam and Eve, that the Jacob and I, stealing the dead boss's stuff to flog?
So Miss Venus wasn't the only one who meddled with the scene of the crime then.
How could they? So anyway, that's how it happened. And it's a pretty decent trunk, so I figured might as well make use of it. Is there something wrong with that, eh? Well,
there could be evidence in there. Maybe Mr. Sandwich should try to find the answer to that question together.
ooh.
Let's open it. Come on. Let's do it. Open it.
I think perhaps that trunk should be turned over to the police, don't you? What are you on about? I am the police.
Gina, if you wouldn't mind, could we maybe examine it?
Yeah, alright then. Do what you want with it. Thank you. We shall make a detailed record of our examination of the evidence.
Perfect. Cool.
Subsequently recovered by Gina.
Ooh, he get angry. But before...
It also sounded like a stomach growling.
It could be. But while we do that, number one, there's a scratch here.
That's not more than a scratch. That's a slash.
Have you ever have you seen
gash,
this huge gash across the side of the trunk here? It's gone right through the leather and into the metal behind.
Gosh, for a metal chest like this to have been so badly damaged. Whatever made the gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force.
And it was open, because it's only on that bottom part.
Yeah.
I wonder how it happened. We'd have to open to find out. Anything on the bottom? I've learned that there's a... Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
That's a ketchup stain. Who is having hot dogs at the crime scene? Look at this dark stain here. Do you think?
Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blood.
I knew you were going to say that. That presumably means...
that this was present at the scene where Inspector Gregson was killed. It's the most logical conclusion, yes.
To think Gina's been carrying this around with her. If you didn't know any better, I suppose it does look like a grease stain from all the fish and chips.
A red grease stain.
For real. And then we focus on the front. So we have the locking mechanism here. Let's have a look inside. Oh, that was easy.
Yeah, you just push a button and it comes off.
I thought there'd be a key for it.
No, there's no keyhole. Where would the key go?
I figured that was gonna be the keyhole right there. That makes it too easy for something secret in here. So let's see what this, the only thing of importance apparently, is all about.
Why is it so quiet?
Well, it's because we interrupted when the dog was growling, so there's no background music.
Oh.
But look, there's something inside.
Oh, let's see. It appears to be a passport, authorizing him to travel overseas.
Was Inspector Guy somebody go on a trip abroad then?
He was talking about France.
Yeah, he was being transferred to France.
Perhaps the date of departure might tell us something. That was... Oh!
What is it?
It was for travel on the 31st October, just one day before the incident.
One day before the incident? What? Really?
He was supposed to leave. Yeah, France.
Huh. Gregson went to France the day before his body was discovered?
Oh, he went there.
Yeah, because the passport was already done.
Oh.
Passport number ACD0522. Day of departure within 1 week from October 31st. Destination Port of Dunkirk, France. Purpose travel, police business. Notes person of the applicant and one additional person to travel. Interesting. So someone else.
He was going to take Gina with him, remember?
Huh.
He talked about that. You remember that?
Kind of. Anyways, back to the dog growling. What's the matter with Toby? Why is he acting so aggressively towards me all of a sudden?
Mr. Naruhodo, be careful. It must be the trunk. Oh,
God. Oh, Jesus. Toby, no, down. Ah! The dramatic music.
Toby, oi, what are you doing? You're gonna lick his face off. Mr. Naruhodo! Mr. Naruhodo! Gina, quickly, hail a carriage!
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, Toby fucking attacked.
It's always the small ones, man.
I'd love us to wake up in the hospital. Oh, no, we're in our room.
We're just at home.
I have both eyeballs. Okay, we're good. That's all I need.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, are you alright?
Miss Susato.
Sherlock!
Conscious again at last. A blessed relief, my dear fellow. After all, you dropped dead after a mild licking by a small dairy. Most unseemly.
What is there? Is it irrelevant? Easy
You've killed me now.
He just falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm so glad there's no lasting damage. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, thank you. Did you bring me back here? What's this on my head? A bandage? Telling me I had no ice? So that's a good compress of sugar water. Sugar water?
Don't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. It's the first aid treatment that my father taught me.
Oh, thank you. So let us take tea when you're feeling up to it. But of course, no sugar in the patient's cup. The bottom of my head is throbbing sweetly enough, don't worry.
Whenever you feel ready, then. It's so weird seeing him here.
He's just...
Hi, buddy.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
That is not menacing.
I guess we'll... I mean, conference is just what to do, which is, you know, when we're lost up here. So I guess we'll examine Sherlock. Hey. Thank you for your concern, Mr. Holmes. My dear fellow, think nothing of it. I must say I was quite startled when I heard that you'd been attacked by a dog. For a moment, I feared the infamous murder of someone who had come back from the dead. You mean the professor? Fortunately, I see you Prior's throat is unscathed. That stiff, turned-up color of yours obviously afforded some welcome protection. Was I that close to death? All I remember is the dog licking my face over and over and over again. Well, if you wish to avoid such troubles in future, then mustard spread on the cheeks should do the trick. I should think it would balance the sweetness of your bandage rather splendidly. Okay.
I've missed you, Sherlock.
Well, thanks. I guess that's all we have from him, so... And then everything else is...
Yeah.
Triggered when we looked at it before. Nothing new here. So, maybe we'll talk, but we probably just go downstairs.
Yeah. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? It's rather unusual to find ourselves here in the middle of our investigation.
It just occurred to me that I might have forgotten something when we left this morning.
That's breaking the plot right there.
Yeah.
Please don't worry. As long as you continue to investigate thoroughly, we won't go far wrong.
Oh, yes, of course. I must get back to work as soon as possible. So let's go downstairs then, because Iris was doing fishy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Are you home, Iris?
She said she would be. She's like, oh, I'll make tea for you.
What the heck?
Is that German?
It is German. What kind of occult shit is going on right now? This is the scariest thing I've ever seen in attorney history.
I'm scared.
Did
you kill someone, Iris?
Well, I mean, that's Mikatoba.
I know, but
wearing
like,
Asogi's mask and the tablecloth. What earth is going on here?
What's with that?
Am I having a bad dream? Oh no, it's an old German folk song. Rather a fine rendition, I think. That's the least of my concerns.
Yeah. Iris?
Iris, what's the matter? There's something broken on the floor. So, Iris, what's the matter?
Huh.
I'm getting sassy all of a sudden.
Who is that sprawling, that relaxed gentleman over there?
Oh my, come on. Iris? Is she even listening? Excuse me, sir. I do apologize for troubling you whilst you're singing so merrily, but would you be kind enough to explain the situation? Is he supposed to be singing? I thought it was coming from radio, but well, that worked.
Same.
A crooning gentleman and a mute young girl. A rather tantalizing juxtaposition. And one that appears to have incited the gods of deduction within me to find their voices too.
Oh boy. Mr. Holmes, do you mean...
This is going to be the weirdest theater of deduction if that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
The strains of reason within me are playing now as a delightful duet. One melody sings a reunion full of nostalgia. Whilst the other is a morose theme about the great secret you're trying so desperately to conceal. Iris?
This is a new twist.
Why is she not talking? It's so weird.
Yeah.
She's turned as white as a sheet.
So as usual, you've instantly seen to the very heart of the matter.
And by the time my own brief performance is over, I feel sure this gentleman's song will reach its finale.
Hold on. Are you gonna do a deduction in that outfit? Because if so, my heart's not ready.
So then, to music land where all is sweetness and delicacy.
Or are you gonna put on your
harmony.
detective outfit just for this?
Pray, do enjoy Sherlock Holmes' latest logic of reasoning.
You're like, no.
I cannot let that slip. Fuck.
You can't let it is.
I'm not used to seeing the artwork like that too.
Oh god. Well, time to die.
Die
with me, my fellow Sherlock Sims.
Lastly, we consider the gentleman's nationality. Clearly he's a German with no grasp for the English language. As evidenced by the Germanic song he sings, his apparent inability to understand when he asked to desist. Or desist. He's not deceased yet. Yet. So, why is the man here at all, and in such apparently high spirits? The answer, of course, Iris, is clearly known to you. Indeed, we need only follow the gaze of those bright young eyes to unravel that peculiar bit of mystery. The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the herbal tea. Are you like hiding something in your mouth? You obviously offered our German guest a cup of your latest herbal blend. That tea's like more flavors made the man's spirit soar. And resulted in this joyful ditty tumbling incessantly from his lips. I eagerly await sampling a flavor myself that I may join the fellow in a state of elation. Yeah, she's like hiding something.
Yeah, just...
Now to the next question. Who exactly is this gentleman availing himself so thoroughly of the set? Whatever that, I don't even know how to say that.
Satay?
Yeah, sure.
That might be it, I don't know.
The couch.
That's not what I'm looking at right
A
now.
number of years ago now, a certain gentleman of German origin engaged my services in solving a peculiarly delicate case. He required the retrieval of letters once sent to an acquaintance that might have proved problematic. In order to conceal his noble identity, he also arrived at my office in a mask. He was masked the mask. The general's name was Wilhelm Gostreich Sigismund von Ormstein. I probably didn't say that right because I was rushing, but the King of Germany. If my memory serves, the masked woman is gentleman is identical. Yes,
that's
there
a
can be no
Sogi's
question.
mask.
That mask belongs to the King of Germany.
She's like, really?
It would appear that his majesty remembers the fine service I afforded him, and decided to show his face again, mask and all, in order to express his gratitude. A well-mannered monarch indeed, wouldn't you agree, my dear fellow? She's like, even I don't know what's going on. So the name of this masked visitor is in fact my former client, the King of Germany. Indeed, his son is currently in London as well, enjoying his wonders of the great exhibition. Okay.
Sure, Lord.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
Topic 2. Girls' silence.
Have you been trying to drink glue, my darling? Which seems to be remaining imponderable. Yes, you, young Iris. But your apparently inexplicable silence is unable to hide the truth. Yes, there is a mutinous is concealed inside that knapsack. All those paper stuff in there, so £5 note, I believe. I must say, as your compatriot, I'm deeply saddened. It would appear that you've allowed yourself to be bribed into silence by His Royal Highness. Earning yourself for spending money in exchange for keeping quiet about the king's secret. And now the final piece of the puzzle. What is the secret you strive to hide with your silence, Iris? Ah, yes, we need only follow that brief, involuntary twitch of your eyes to find the answer. You are attempting to abscond with that coffee cup. My favorite coffee cup, in fact. How could you? Or should I say, the handle of my favorite coffee cup. It appears that His High-Spirited Highness broke it in the midst of his hijinks. Which is the sad truth. My favorite coffee cup has been broken by the King of Germany, and Iris, you tried to conceal it from me. How could you? I shall have a bill sent via governmental channels to the German royal family for its replacement.
Oh my god.
This is beautiful. Absolute masterpiece. I wonder if she's got like the paper in her mouth.
I don't know.
Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this painful puzzle. Oh, my cup.
You said Sherlock Holmes, you know that, right?
I did. Fuck!
You gave in.
Sherlock Holmes.
He was so sad he didn't say his name right.
Exactly. That's the sad Sherlock.
Everyone else is just like... Can you tell what it's saying?
Some parts of it, but with your silence as well, the fellow Jovia's warbling rather rings in the ears, does it not?
Mr. Holmes, I must say something does rather trouble me.
Pray, Miss Lucida, do tell. Is it my cup? It troubles me too.
His Royal Highness doesn't appear to have moved a muscle since we arrived.
Ah.
Including his mouth.
And you haven't said a word either, Iris. Little twist. If Mr. Holmes has it all right, you might as well own up to it now. Now you're acting like a 10-year-old.
Yeah. It's times like these we're reminded of her age.
Your reasoning is entirely without substance, I must admit. And one other thing, Mr. Holmes. Actually, there's many things. Yet another grievance in Ihoda? Surely not. Well, I actually read the story of that case recently, the one where you were just describing. And according to that, at least, it wasn't the King of Germany, it was the King of Bohemia. Goodness, was it?
Yes, that's quite true. Master Gotz, the prince, testified to that in court. In his words, I have come to see the great exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia. I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought that name sounded familiar.
I would ask for you to keep that minor error to yourselves. It would easily become quite a scandal.
I believe, Mr. Naruhodo. And it's our turn now to make some corrections to a number of minor errors that may have slipped in.
Minor? Yes, even Mr. Holmes would admit that he might be slightly wide of the mark this time. Although it's clear that Iris is definitely hiding something. We need to find out the truth behind this mysterious scene. One truth is incontrovertible. My favorite coffee cup is no more. So, shall we embark again? On a joint presentation of Sherlock Holmes' Logic of Reasoning Spectacular? Part 2?
Oh,
Course
boy.
correction. Hold it, Mr. Holmes.
Why that?
I don't know why I did that.
Why'd you do a Sonic impression?
Because I got excited. Alright, first we got... Oh, that was just going through that automatically. I didn't even press the button, but it went through that. That's about Joe next song. Sing! So, barely such spirits.
How does Susanoo not recognize her own dad?
That's... I mean, the mask doesn't do much.
Also, did Iris fucking kill him? Like...
No, I think he's just knocked out cold. I think it is bar mystery. Reason is the herbal tea. Or is it?
Herbal?
Herbal.
You mean herbal?
Herbal tea. Listen, it's been a long day.
That's true.
So what? It's some mix of herbs that gives you the urge to sing?
Goodness, I should like to try some.
And I'd like to hear your singing, but this man, just how long does he intend to keep up with that tune, do you suppose? Oh, suppose. Oh, I got the hiccup.
As I said, he's been stock still the entire time. And if you look closely, his lips aren't moving either.
Ah.
So I'm not sure what's actually responsible for the spirited singing, but I suspect the answer lies at the end of Iris's gaze.
I mean, her current gaze, or?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
The gramophone or whatever you call it.
I see it back there. But
Yeah.
number one, I also want to, can I look at him? Well, I can look at the
Well, no, we have to
mask,
select.
but-
We have to select.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to, because you can look at it before you do anything, so.
Oh.
Wait, this?
Is a gramophone, still rarely seen in our own country. The sound certainly appears to be coming from the horn.
But machine singing? That can't be right. Science and technology are changing the world. Oh.
Science and technology are changing the world rapidly, Mr. Naruhodo. You wouldn't be talking to yourself just now if you kept on. What's right is changing too.
It's too much for my brain.
Well, at least we found our answer.
Yes, we have, and I'll go ahead and present it.
Oh, I thought you wanted to look at the mask.
We'll be doing that soon, so, because of the man's identity. The reason for the man's mildly irritating warbling is revealed by the gramophone.
Oh,
Indeed.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Hi.
For no well-bred gentleman would break into an experience folks all when making a social call.
Christ, Sherlock.
In other words, this gentleman isn't singing at all. In fact, he may be dead. It would appear that the fellow is unconscious. Did you knock him out, Iris? With your tea?
Did she knock him out and steal something from him?
Maybe.
Iris.
Did she steal the telegram that
Maybe.
Sherlock gave?
I don't know.
That would be fucking metal.
What's she doing?
Iris is a little devil over there. Oh, it seems to have stopped now. I ask you, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? How would I have purchased a recording of that gibberish? How should I know? Anyway, well, never mind. On with the introduction.
He's like, why?
Who exactly is
He's like, did I buy that? Why? And what?
Yeah. Okay, and it's gonna be revealed by the mask. It's the King of Germany. Mask. His name was William. The King of Germany. It's like, what? All right. Yeah, I don't think so on that one.
Even her, she's just like...
Well, they've already established that it was actually the King of Bohemia.
Seems Mr. Holmes intends to persist with his Germany theory for some reason.
Come to think of it, young Prince was wearing a mask as well, wasn't he?
Mr. Gotts, the boy whom you had in tears?
Don't remind me, or anyone else.
Do you suppose all members of the aristocracy of mainland Europe wear masks?
I'm sure they do. Well, probably. Anyway, the point is, that mask don't belong to any king. That mask doesn't belong to any king.
That mask don't belong to any king.
That mask don't belong to any king.
No, that's right, as we well know. Because we can identify the true owner of this mask.
And that would... Where's it gonna be? And that would be...
Take
that!
There we go. Boom! Yes, there can be no question. That mask belongs to Kazuma Sogi.
I would know. I'm his partner.
In other words, my memory is sublimely unreliable.
Oh!
Only you could try to make that sound positive.
Sublimely unreliable.
Kazuma's mask has been languishing on this metal chest for several days. Though that doesn't explain why the gentleman is wearing it now. It is now a simple matter to determine our guest's true identity. After all, the gentleman is unconscious. We need to excuse ourselves in advance, gently lift the mask and peer beneath it.
Ryu.
I don't believe it.
Ah! Father!
I'm afraid, Mr. Sitter, you must be mistaken.
No, I think not, Mr. Holmes.
And then it would appear our logical reasoning has once again revealed the truth. It is not the King of Germany. God damn it! But this mysterious visitor.
Oh! Is my unconscious father, Eugene Mikotoba.
Hey, welcome to the theater. Oops. Logic and reasoning are just looking and saying. I'm with you on that one. Just like, I solved this the moment I walked in.
I love that picture.
That's
dude,
fantastic.
you should say that. If like instead of being like, I have the memory of a goldfish, should be like, my memory is sublimely unreliable.
Yes. Remaining imponderable. Yes, you young Iris. Hide the truth. As muteness is concealed inside that knapsack. So that's a 5-pound note poking out from Iris's knapsack, is it?
Oh dear, I can't be sure. Most money that we encounter is in coin form.
I know. I'm not even sure if we've seen any banknotes here in Britain at all, have we?
But anyway, Father would never have paid money for Iris's silence.
He certainly seems like the silent type himself, though, judging by his present state. There must be some other reason for Iris's silence, I suppose.
Perhaps what Iris is trying so hard not to give away with her eyes. Something entirely different.
Well, then let's look around, because I mean, we have, well, that's not important over there, apparently, that thing. There's the knapsack.
What about her mouth? I don't know.
There's not much, maybe it's going to be the chest.
Oh, she keeps looking at it.
Yeah, because all I can look at is the knapsack and then the chest. And I know that the tablecloth is off of it and now it's draped over him. I've never seen her this quiet. It's really weird. Well, she's hiding something in her mouth. This metal chest. Oh, wait, that's...
This metal chest? It contains important documents, doesn't it?
Yes, details of all the cases Mr. Holmes has worked on over the years. Written up by Iris's father, if I'm remembering correctly. Iris insists that the chest is kept locked at all times. She's never once shown me inside.
Well, its contents are invaluable to her, I suppose, and entirely irreplaceable. But look at it now. The catch is unlocked for once.
Ah, so it is. That's hard to ignore.
Very. I've never seen that chest unlocked before in all the time we've been staying here at Baker Street.
Well, then that's gotta be it.
Take that!
Boom! Yes, the reason for your muteness is concealed inside that metal chest. An excellent observation. Upon closer inspection, there's something different about the chest's appearance. It's kept locked at all times, yet now, the catch is open. Evidently, this has something to do with your refusal to speak, Iris. It is simple enough matter to incite you to speak, I'm sure. I merely need to open this chest.
Whoa, animation.
Here we go.
No! I'm Sweetheart! Oh, God!
Oh, my God!
Sherlock! Oh.
So that's what happened. Mr. Holmes!
Oh, no. Mr. Holmes! So that's what happened.
He's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Never! Holmesy, I told you not to open it.
Huh. Well, so you found your voice now, Iris. In other words, what just happened clearly reveals the truth here. Not how I expected this deduction to go down.
No.
Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is...
This is somewhat different to the usual dance of deduction you perform with Mr. Holmes, isn't it?
Well, he's left me alone on the ballroom floor, so I'm going to have to dance this next part solo. I gotta do the tango, as they say. And anyway, I need to get to the bottom of this, so for my own peace of mind.
Mr. Tango is with 2 people.
Iris isn't usually the silent type, so...
You mean you don't actually know the answer yet? Despite that knowing part of the finger before?
And I don't have to dance either,
point of the finger. That knowing point. You did it, and yet you do not know. That is inexcusable.
Miss Usada.
What?
Sometimes a man needs to point his finger first and think later.
Oh, well, if you say so, I think we'd better examine Iris more closely and try to rescue the situation then.
Okay, so she wasn't hiding something in her mouth.
No.
So...
She just had that pouty face going.
It almost looked like she was trying to hide something.
It did,
so
yeah.
There's her skirt, and then, there's a key. So
it's
that
the key.
Key's probably gonna be that's a thing.
Pretty sure that wasn't in her hands in the other shot.
I don't think so either, but I don't think we could see that well either, but
Eh.
That's a key she's holding, look. I'm sure that wasn't in her hands before, was it?
No, you're quite right. It's appeared as if by magic.
That's strange. A big old iron key. Where did it materialize from?
Oh yeah, so it wasn't there before.
Take that!
Yes, the real reason for your silence until now is that key behind your back.
Ah!
Well, Mr. Holmes was thrown into the air before.
God.
Just before you called out to try to stop him, you slipped something out of your mouth.
Oh, yep, okay.
That something is the key now in your hands, no doubt. The key to the chest.
You're so clever, Ryu!
So now it becomes clear, thanks to Mr. Holmes' graphic demonstration, we can well imagine what happened here. First, Mikitoba also opened that metal chest only to be punched into the air and land sprawled on the set. The couch.
But wait, that doesn't explain all the facts. What about the stylish scarf and the cup of tea? And above all, why would he be wearing Kazuma-sama's mask?
Well, for those curious details, I can think of only one explanation. Truly an unbelievable miracle took place in this room. Isn't that right, Iris? Consider how the room was arranged before this whole painful experience took place.
Oh.
Professor Mikitoba opened the chest, completely unaware of what awaited him inside. The mask was flung in the air just as he was, only to land down neatly on his face when it fell back down. The teacup's journey through the air ended up when it caught on an unconscious Professor's finger.
And then the cloth. You mean to say that the stylish scarf
is actually just a tablecloth. This is the great detective's office, after all, a place of miraculous deductions.
Look at them.
Would you expect anything less?
No, I wouldn't. Yes, you're right. It happened exactly as you said.
Damn, I'm good.
Brilliant, Ryu!
Thank you. Thus concludes Ryunosuke Naruhodo's great deduction of this punchy puzzle. When are they gonna wake up, though? Seriously.
So then, why don't I make a fresh pot of tea for us all? What? Hi.
Oh. And my performance, Mr. Naruhodo.
He said
I'm
objection.
But in the final act of the show there, you rather missed everything of importance.
I've never heard Sherlock say objection before. That was
I don't
weird.
think he's ever needed to. Mr. Holmes, you cast your mind back to my earlier deduction. Iris, clearly you're hiding a great secret.
Ah.
She is? From look on her face. Mr. Holmes must be right. Whatever that great secret is, the cat isn't out of the bag yet. So I put it to you again. You attempting to abscond with that coffee cup.
Right back at the end of the... It really is a shame about Mr. Holmes's cup.
It must have been smashed when Professor Mikitoba opened the chest.
Oh dear, so many things seem to have been broken here.
Now the deduction has taken a different direction. Iris doesn't seem to be trying to hide the broken cup anymore.
In other words, her great secret is something else.
Let's put our observational skills to work here one final time then. I mean, I was gonna say, I just saw it there because she grabbed the plate and was gonna walk away with it.
Yeah.
It's under the plate.
Oh,
right there.
Wow, that's smart. Case file.
Interesting. Look, there seems to be more papers there. Is Iris trying to hide them underneath the tray?
The insignia, Mr. Naruhodo. It's an official Scotland Yard document.
What? But why would Iris have...
We must ask her.
An official Scotland Yard document? Sounds like probably the autopsy report.
Yeah, probably.
And you're trying to hide it. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're attempting to discover that case file.
It changed.
Yeah, there's been some different ever since Sherlock woke back up. It's kind of changed the arrangement a little bit for this one. Iris, as you know very well, nothing escapes the attention of a great detective.
Oh no!
We visited Scotland Yard's autopsy laboratory earlier today. And Dr. Gorey informed us that the autopsy report of Clint Van Zeeks had gone missing. Clint Van Zeeks? Yes, I do seem to recall. That's some years ago I asked to see the report in question. You were with me, weren't you, Iris?
Did Iris take it?
You mean it was you, Iris?
Iris took it?
So those papers you have there...
I'm sorry. Why? Forgive me!
It's okay, but why?
Yeah.
Why did you take them? I mean, I'm sure we're about to learn.
Why would she... I'm so confused.
Was Watson/Wilson trying to... doing some bad stuff? So Iris took it to, like, hide it?
I don't know.
Because the only thing that really would connect Iris to it would be the fact that her father was there.
Yeah.
Well, now that deduction is done, we're gonna see where this leads us next time.
Boy, this episode was something else.
That was a wild ride, and I loved every moment of it.
I did not imagine I would see an animation of Sherlock in his own home
getting knocked the fuck out and landing on top of another man.
Punched by Mikatoba of all
Poor guy. And he's still out cold. Sherlock just shrugged off. I'm okay. Oh, that woke me up.
The trunk was a mimic.